Hi.
Hello, good evening. So this is Tharaka Siyambalapitiya, and he's joining us from Khattur.
Yes.
So to give an introduction, this is one of the fellows who taught me guitar, the basic chords of guitar. So I'm the guitarist now because of him as well. And he also created my email address, if you can remember.
Really?
My
I don't
first
remember
Yahoo
that.
email address, yeah. And I used to play PS1 at his place back in the day.
Yeah, that I remember.
Right.
That.
So a small introduction of who you are.
Who I am. Okay, so as you told, I'm Tharaka, Siyambalapitiya. I'm just finishing my university studies to become an electrical engineer. But I think many of the friends in social media and like the people here may know me as someone who works in the music industry. Not that much, small scale, doing what I can. so I'm engineer slash musician slash now just looking into some fitness as well, but not working out much.
So you see your plans to join modeling or something as well?
No. Just for my health.
Health, that's good.
Yeah.
So let's jump into the conversation. So you are going to Moratuwa University, right?
Yeah. Fourth year now.
Yeah, fourth year, okay. So you're about, okay. Right.
It's
so
actually fifth year, yeah. Sorry.
Fifth year?
It's supposed to be fourth, but yeah, it is Sri Lanka and we are on fifth year.
Understood. Right. So let's talk about Yathra. Okay. Can you give an introduction about more explanation about Yathra?
Okay. So for those who don't know it, so Yathra is a massive concert that is organized by the Classical Music Society of the University of Moratuwa. I think you have been to one of the shows with me, right?
Yeah, you took me for one where you were
back in 2012 or something.
12, yeah.
So it is, as far as I know, it is the biggest, in sense of number of performers and the quality. It's the biggest event that is done by the government university society. Like
the specialty is it's not an art faculty thing, is it?
Yeah. It's like we don't have an art faculty, so the violinist may be an architect who studying to be architect, and then we have computer science, electrical engineering, things like that. Not what we call aesthetic subjects.
Right. So that's the beauty of it, is it? So you organized one of the concert as well. So how was the experience?
Yeah, so I organized means I acted as the treasurer of one of the events. So I wasn't the main one. I think the main ones, I can see some names here. It was Sanjana, Nimsa, Lochana. There are some the many key person as well. So my part in that was to raise funds and mainly to improve the singers on their singing. So even I'm learning, and then so we are learning together. So I worked with you may know Anup, maybe I don't know. So he and I mainly worked on improve the vocals of the children, of the students, not children, of colleagues. Yeah.
So about music and you being an artist and all that, which artists inspired you?
That's a difficult question. So like if
I
think
you
about it,
to Eagles.
Yeah, like they are still a favorite of mine, but not like crazy for them. Maybe like you may remember back on those days. I remember you play Hotel California and your Bappa scolding you, don't try to play that and something like that. And then so I think I learned from many artists on different aspects, like maybe on how to perform from Michael Bublé, or then the types of, I think BNS have been, and Daddy has been a great inspiration for the styles I like.
Right.
Yeah.
So which instruments do you play?
Not many actually. I just sing and I play guitar. I guess.
You do play piano as well, right?
I'm not sure whether you can call it playing. So I can, yeah. I can hold the chords, yeah.
Okay, so guys, just wait till the end of the show. He will probably sing a song for us. I think. Right. So about your school years, the school choir, how did it help you? And you played a major role in the choir as well, organizing concerts and stuff as well.
Yeah,
And do
with
you
you.
think that helped? Huh?
Yeah, with you, I mean.
Yeah, but
You were
you organized. Yeah. So do you think that helped in your university studies and the organizing Yathra as well? Do you think it made a major
Yes,
role?
of course. So, I think it's true to say that where I got my most inspiration is through the choir, and especially with Mr. Almeida, and then having you guys as choristers together singing, organizing, and that passion. There's no doubt the choir is the main thing that I came into music.
Right. So now we're gonna switch into the hard mode of the uh,
Really?
interview. So yeah, now the hard mode enabled, right? So engineer versus musician, balance. How do you balance it?
Yeah, so that's a question that I would like to hear the answer as well. So my point of
I think
view,
that's the whole point of the show. Even I want to know.
yeah. So still I'm being a student, so I really can't yet, like, I can think how it'll be like working as an engineer and then spending my time in music, how that will play out. I just have an idea, but not experience yet. So as far as being a student, so I think honestly I try to manage it, and I think I manage it pretty well. So I always try to, like, when you get into the university, obviously it should be the main goal. So I doubt in some semesters whether it was like that for me because I mainly focused on Yathra or other singing things. So it's really hard, but I think you should always prioritize and do. So, like, you got to have base, right? So
Yeah.
even though I like music, I just can't put all it away and focus on music and then just give up an opportunity.
You're not planning to be a full-time musician, is it?
I'd
Or
like
you
to,
don't
but
do that? Okay.
no, I like that. I like that, but
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 you're
when I think
focusing
about
on
it,
being an engineer, is it?
yes, at the moment because of mainly of the situation in here in Sri Lanka.
Right.
So honestly,
So
I don't
you're-
think like
So
yeah.
could one say that you are choosing to be an engineer over music just because of the situation of the country and the financial stability?
That, and if I give up engineering altogether, I feel it's like a waste because
You have worked
like,
so far.
yeah, I have worked so far, and this is an opportunity that only small people of the country get, and then if I just waste it away, it'll be waste for me as well as the country. So I try to.
I think it's a general problem for everyone because I have already done. This is the third interview I'm doing, and all of them were having the same issue with the balancing as well. And one was abroad, but still he's saying that he still can't completely rely on music, but he didn't want to actually. But mostly what we hear is the situation of the country and all that, and that being mostly the reason that a person wouldn't pursue his career as a musician.
Yeah, and it's scary, like, just to think like, okay, I'll forget all what I have spent my time on for the past years and work on my passion. And what if it doesn't work out? So then people will tell me like, why did you do this? Something like that.
So just imagine hypothetically. So what if when you were so small and you were given the support from the country as well to become a musician and not an electrical engineer? Would you have pursued being a musician given the fact that you have a very stable income in the future as well?
Yeah, I would say yes, but given that I was selected for engineering as well, like,
No, I mean,
if
I'm
I
talking about way beyond that. So you selected.
okay. Those days, like, it's quite hard to define because I don't remember what I was passionate about those days. Like, at the moment,
that is also a problem, right? Like you don't know what you want to do. We are just following our
like,
parents.
because don't know what's out there, right?
Exactly. So
What I see,
unfortunately, a lot of people learn about universities when it's too late, like what's happening on
yeah,
university. So I went to a private university, but once I
yeah,
learned what's happening on the government universities, I was like crying because I should have done something to get into a government university. That's how I felt because I
yeah,
went to.
but yeah, I think the knowledge on higher education is really poor. Like even I didn't have much of an idea what were the courses available in Sri Lanka like that. Like
True.
I just knew there's engineering, there's medicine, and there's physicals, but there are many like interesting fields.
Which we learn about when it's too late. So
Yeah,
I think people should teach the kids, like you can choose
yeah,
this.
yeah. It's up to the
Should give
schools as well, I think, to give the push and to find what's available there.
right about time management.
Hmm.
How do you manage your time?
Okay, so like recent past, I think I have not managed it really well because that's why I was like so packed these couple of weeks due to the exams. Because if I would have been managing it, like I have been managing it, but I wish I did it a bit better. So most of the time, what I would do is, I'm not saying that I did like day-to-day studies on that day. I didn't do that. So what I would do in universities, I would take notes and then complete my ones with other notes. And like I think for the last few exams, I didn't study my note. I always studied someone else's like nicely prepared one. So it's a common practice because the girls write it down very neatly and they have all all written down. So what I would do is I'll study near the exams, and when I feel like I have more time, I would dedicate that time to maybe to do a cover or to learn something new. Maybe it may be in music or engineering. I like to learn both things,
Okay.
new things on both of the fields. Yeah, that's about it. So prioritizing education first and then working into music.
Right. So you created a choir in your university called Vocal Avenue. And before we get into that, I actually remember one more thing that I had to ask you. So you went to an internship, right? You went to England, is it?
Yeah,
London or
Cambridge.
Cambridge.
Yeah.
So you performed there as well. So how was the experience performing in a foreign bar?
It was like it was really an amazing experience. So before going there, like I was actually a bit shy to perform and nervous. Like I still am. Like I think most of us get that bit of tingling no matter how many times you perform. Like it should be there, otherwise it will be useless. If you like just go there and perform without any anxiety or any doubt. So it was really, and what I noticed, like here in Sri Lanka we have only a few open mics. So maybe these days it's nil. Like on good days as well, I think maybe we have maximum 2 open mics per month, maybe.
Per month, yeah.
Yeah. So Grace is doing RV and Ursula.
You're also organizing open mics, is it? We are going to get back to that later on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
So how was the experience there? Like how are the people? Were they supportive?
Yeah, that's right. So there they have like 4 open mics just in Cambridge per week.
Per week?
So yeah, and Cambridge is a very small city, and all the traveling is done by bike, push cycle.
Really?
So yeah, so even I did like that. I put the guitar on my back and just cycle it to the open mic. So the people were really helpful, and what I noticed was that here in Sri Lanka, I see even if it's an open mic, not much of attention is given to the performer, right?
Yeah, true.
So, but there, they are more interactive, and I don't know, there's some energy that they have.
Mm-hmm.
The whole place comes alive, and I sang some Sinhala songs as well, but they held their attention with me, appreciated, and then they love to hear that. They love the difference of cultures. And I didn't meet any person who I would call rude, maybe. But like I met many people who I would call kind and friendly. So
And motivating.
yeah, motivating. So they would say you sang nicely, and then even I'm not one of their own. I was there for just 3 months.
That's the community that lacks in Sri Lanka, right? That's what we're trying to build as well. That's what you are trying to build as well, I think. During your open mic nights and all that. Currently, like, we can't do anything with the situation. But mostly what people do as open mic nights is they do a show where people come and eat and just enjoy, and that's all. They enjoy the music. They'll just listen to the music. They don't.
Yeah, listen to the music. Yeah, that could have been done with.
Participate in the open mic night.
Yeah,
I mean, listening is participation as well. Right, now let's talk about Vocal Avenue. How did it start?
So it's quite a funny story. So when I went to the University of Melbourne, we have a society called the Catholic Student Society. Okay. And as soon as I went there, me and Adrian both, there was some ayahs who knew that we were in the choir and we were capable of doing these musical things. So then I was given the responsibility to manage the choir there. It's not a major choir, like we have a service and then...
Choir is in CSM choir, is it? This is the CSM.
Yeah, not the Classical Music Society one. This is CSM. Like, it's not like there isn't a choir and there are choir members. There's nothing like that. Just if there's a service tomorrow, so if I'm the person responsible, I'll gather maybe 5 or 6 capable people who can sing on notes and not flat. So we'll just get together and go through the hymns and then find an organist and then play it. So I had made a group. I'm not sure whether I made it or some. I think I made it for just one service. I made a choir and asked for batches. Me කැමති අය joined වෙන්න මේකට sing කරන්න පුළුවන් කට්ටිය. So about, I think there were 12 members of that group. And then suddenly a flyer came for noise auditions.
Okay.
And then there was a category for a cappella. So we were tight with studies, so I didn't want to apply for many things, and I just thought that it would be a nice idea, and I just posted that flyer to the group I mentioned.
Okay.
And they all told, okay, karla balamu, like something like that.
Nice.
So out of those 12 people, one couldn't come because she's staying in Gaul. So the other 11 is Vocal Avenue now. And plus 2 people joined later on as well. So that's how it started. Like, it wasn't planned or anything. Like, we wanted to go for noise, and we ended up winning as well. I remember you were one of the judges in some of the rounds for the audition.
the first round, I think.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how it started. And I think one of our members recommended the name Vocal Avenue. We were searching for names, and then suddenly Vocal Avenue. Okay, Vocal Avenue.
Finding the name.
Yeah, it is very hectic. Many opinions. So that's how it started. And then because we won it, so then we thought, like, we can do something with this. Like, let's not die here, and we can
carry on with it.
Yeah.
Right. So, any plans for Vocal Avenue? You already did a wedding as well, right? I think I saw.
Yeah, we did 3 weddings for now, I think. Yeah. We just posted off 2 weddings, and the other one, the audio was corrupted, so you are planning to do weddings as well, or is it just friends' weddings? No, we do weddings. Like, if they ask, we do as well.
So I can post links and tag the page of the Vocal Avenue group, and you all can give them a shout out, and even you can contact them if your wedding is coming up. I mean, it's a good time to get married. You don't have to invite a lot of people. So anything else in the future about Vocal Avenue? Any covers coming up or any?
At the moment, no. We are planning to do a cover for the International Friends Day.
Okay.
Not sure. and it's quite an obvious choice maybe for the song. Okay, you know
Friends
it
take
now.
sponsor.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Okay.
Uh, that's the plan for now, and we may start a TikTok account as well in the near future.
That's the new bus, right? So yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a good
And,
platform if you use
and
it correctly.
actually, you got into a nice point. My next point is how to market yourself and how important it is, which you've been
Yeah,
doing a lot.
it is really important. Like I've been not marketing, like I wouldn't call it like proper marketing, but I have been putting the word out about my open mics and my music as well as vocal avenues on. So what I stick to is like you do and you learn. So once maybe you try putting out a video and then change the length of the video and then change the theme, and that's how we build and get to know what your audience wants and what they like. And you also have to think you have to get into their shoes and think like, what would I want to hear?
Yeah, so it's not just always what you want to sing, it's also about what the audience wants to listen as well.
Yeah, we think about those like the two factors equally.
Okay.
So it should be something that we are passionate as well, and it should spark the audience as well.
Right. So about Event X. What is Event X?
Event X. Okay, so it's also something that I started with a couple of friends. So it's not something like official, registered, something like that. It's not something like that. It's just what we are trying to do is to organize events and to coordinate charities, like stuff like that, mainly social events. So what we have done so far is like the open mics, like you have mentioned. So we have done a couple of physical ones, like the real ones, and one virtual as well about a month ago, I think. And we did a charity in last December to gather some gifts and funds to be presented to as donations for children in care homes.
Right. So children, that's also good. So that's a really good initiative that you all took. So I'll put links to that as well on the YouTube description and as well as the Instagram page on the Instagram video. Right. I think we are running out of time. We are like at the 25th minute now. So I'll get to the silly questions. This is actually a bit of logical questions for you because you are a logical person. So also silly. So it count both ways, right?
That's nice.
So it occurs once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in an hour. What is it?
Twice in a moment.
Yes. Never in an hour.
Never in an hour.
Yeah, never in an hour.
It must be some letter. Once in what?
Minute.
Once in minute.
Yes.
M. The letter M.
Bright case. Sandy wrote this. Darshan is also saying letter M. Two bright cases. Yes, I'm the only one dumb here. So one last question before you do your sing song. What's the best piece of advice you've been given?
I've been given. Wow. I think I would have to go with, like, it's not like one piece, like what my father always says. Like, he always encourages me to focus on what I love. Like, he's being an engineer as well, but he doesn't he never forced me to do engineering or something like that. But he would really love if I do engineering, of course. But he always supports supports my music as well. So do what you love is the main one.
So I think that answers the question how your family supports you as well.
Yeah, I can't describe it. Like, you wouldn't expect that from a family like mine, like, because mom's an engineer, dad's an engineer. So, but always if I spend some, I don't like ask for many things, but I ask for is maybe to buy a guitar or to buy some accessories for equipment for music. They never hesitate and they never question like, now would you be spending time with this and not focus on studies on that, something like that. But they always trust me, and I think because I have also worked hard to prove that they can trust me, and I will not waste money or time on other stuff. So yeah, it's been really great. And my akka as well, I should mention her.
Yeah, I was going to come to that. So it won't be a complete interview if you don't mention your sister.
Yeah.
I think she also paved the way for you, right? She went to the same university.
Yeah.
Music.
Of course. Yeah. So she was, I think, one of the very first choir leaders of our Malay convent, and then she was motivated by our grandfather, Siya. So he was way more into music than my mom and dad. So he used to sing, and then Akka used to sing with him, and that's how we came to music. And Akka did a major role as well.
Right. So anything you want to say to the viewers, the upcoming artists, people who are struggling to do music and balance work and music, anything?
Yeah. So I'm not that much of a big person, but I would say, like, from my experience, what I have is always focus on what you prioritize more, and like at the end of the day, we should focus on financial well-being as well as stability as well. Like we can't say like do what you most like and then forget. Like we can't do like that, honestly. So focus on that, and while you are becoming stable financially and socially, just don't give up on the things that you are passionate about, and always try to, like, if we have time, if we spend, like, if we reduce the time we scroll on Facebook, WhatsApp and Instagram, and then just going through videos of people eating or like useless stuff. But I mean, there's some enjoyment in it, of course. You got to have them for relaxation, but also try to spend more time for reading and for getting new knowledge as well.
Right, I think we can end on that note, and now we can listen to music.
Should I?
Yes.
Any suggestions for a song?
And also, while he's singing, you can ask questions if you have. After he sings, he can answer them quickly if we have time.
Yeah.
I think this is the longest interview we have done.
Oh,
I hope it was not boring. I don't think it was boring. I think Tharaka was enjoying it as well.
yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, so I think I'll do Sinhala one. This is called
Darshan wants to sing Hotel California.
Hotel California. No, Macha. I'm having a sore throat as well, so like it's difficult to sing, but so I'll do Sinhala one. This is called Yathra by Doctor.
Right, one of my favorites.
I hope the guitar is audible.
Yeah.
Shape is audible. That's it. Sandak inggi kelegya hitepen kaviliya badat tennata kiya bala hitiya iya duak yannata sita giyatma esoya atin allan iya magang menakal giya ayaliye vida kiya mungkin susumak pilih umaha aduman magabala inne ayana tua Niti kanduleli salah හිතන්නට සිදු වෙලා එයායන මග බලා සොයන්නවත්තියා පැතු පැතු මන්දමා දුරස් වේවිද කියා හිතන්නට බෑ සදා ඇලියේ විද කියා මුවින් සුසුමක් ඉලෙකුණා අදනන් අද බලා ඉන්නේ ඇදෙනතුවා ඉන්නේ ඇදෙනතුවා. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm not having the best day.
Oh, that was lovely. That was so we had an interesting conversation, discussion with Tharaka Siyambalapitiya today, who is an electrical engineer who's also a musical artist, upcoming artist. So I hope you all learned something and got something into your life. Certainly I did, and I think Tharaka enjoyed the show as well.
Yeah, I did. Thank you for having me, Kali.
Right, so our next show is on Thursday, and let's see who is joining us on Thursday. I'm pretty sure you already know. I posted it. So then we'll end the show right now, and bye-bye. Good night. Have a nice day.
Bye. Good night. Bye, guys.